Right. That's it. The holidays have finished. They are finished, and time to be back. And I'm so happy to be back today with Cherice Job. And today she's going to be our guest. Thank you very much, Cherice, to come back, because it is the second time you're on Isabelle talk show. And I'm so happy to have you back and to, well, come back after my holidays. So 4 weeks of free time with the family, and now back to work.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Oh, yes, I really enjoyed it. Went too fast as usual, time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. Yeah, I can imagine.
But I'm sure we're going to have fun today. So before we start talking about growing, and I would like to introduce Cherice Job. So Cherice hails from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. She's a motivational speaker and transformation coach, and created Charisma Training and Coaching. Her desire is to see people overcome issues that block them from pursuing their dreams. When Cherice is not mentoring and coaching, she spends time teaching Bible study, reading, traveling, and her favorite thing is spending time with her 3 children, and they are lovely. I've seen the pictures, they are lovely. She's presently developing a program called Women Arise to help women unearth the power that lies within them. And that's something we're going to talk about later on. So today you're going to talk to us about landmines to growth.
That's right. That's right. Hi, good morning, Isabelle, and it's so good. Thank you for having me back on your show. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
You're always welcome. Come back anytime.
I always enjoyed the time on your show, especially the topics that we discuss and so forth. It's really something that I believe that we need to embrace as persons who are trying to build in success, develop our businesses, achieve our goals, and so forth. And so it's really, really a pleasure to be on this morning with you. And yes, this morning we are looking at landmines to growth. And just to give a little feedback, because landmine, why landmine? Usually when there's a landmine, Isabelle, it usually means that something is going to explode.
Exactly.
And it's not in a positive way. It's going to cause death. It's going to cause injury or something like that. When you step in a landmine, it's not a happy thing. Yeah. And so these things, when we say landmines to growth, we're looking at things that can destroy you going after your goals, your objectives in life. They can destroy in terms of, they can literally cause, for want of a better term, death to purpose, because it makes you turn away from the things that you want to do, because these things hold you back. They literally stifle any motivation that you have inside of you. They literally stifle anything inside of you to grow, and they literally so to speak. And so I call them landmines to growth, and these I kind of reflected on based on interaction with persons that I would have coached or mentored or just interacted with, because I'm always encouraging persons to go after their dreams and their goals and so forth. And so when we talked about, when I'm talking with these people and encouraging them and so forth, I realized that there were some key issues that kept recurring. They kept recurring over and over again, and as we'll talk about Women Arise later, but it's one of the things that I've realized as well, even in mentoring women and so forth, that these issues are far more prevalent than we realize, and as a result of that, they literally kill dreams. they kill goals, you know, they literally paralyze people, leave people paralyzed. And some persons never achieve what it is that they want to achieve, never go after their dreams simply because of these issues. And so we're going to be just spending a few minutes looking at these issues this morning. And the first one that is really, really critical is procrastination.
Yeah.
Procrastination is what they call it. Procrastination. I've heard this saying, procrastination is the thief of time. And so, but procrastination can be something good, but it can also be something bad. It depends on the motivation behind what it is that you're procrastinating. So you can procrastinate for good purposes. Maybe it's wise not to do it at this point in time. Maybe you have to put it off until a certain period of time, and it isn't based on, and so it's motivated by wisdom. It is motivated by experience. Okay, this is good. This is a good idea, but this is not the time to do it.
To do it. Or sometimes as well, to give ourselves the time to think, you know. Sometimes when I've got like a conference, I'm working on the content, I'm just like, okay, today, no, I don't feel like doing it. And the day after, it's just like, things flow.
Pouring. Inspiration, everything. Yeah, so these things happen. You know, if it is that you're in an organization and you have to put off some sort of idea or something that you have to do, maybe because it's not the right season in terms of business, or maybe as a result of marketing, it's not the right time. So you wanna, for example, you have an idea that would be more suitable around Christmas, right? You're not gonna do it in January. You know, you're going to wait, okay, I'm going to put it off until later in the year. Maybe all now you start to put the idea out there, start to market it at that point in time. So procrastination in terms of in that way, that is quite fine. You know, that there, because of the motivation behind the procrastination is wisdom, is timing and so forth. So it's something that is well thought out and so forth. However, there are times where procrastination can be something that is negative. And again, it is based on the motivation behind what it is that you are procrastinating. So people procrastinate out of fear.
Yes.
I'm afraid to do it. So you know what? I'm going to put it off until later. And then the later never comes because that is more of an excuse. Not to do what it is, because it's fear that is the source of the procrastination. And that there can, again, landmine, you never do it because you're procrastinating not necessarily because of timing or wisdom. You're procrastinating simply because I am afraid. So maybe if I put it off later, I may get a little bit more brave. But the thing is that you never get any more brave until you jump in and do what it is that you need to do. Go after your dreams, go after your goals. And so that is so critical. And sometimes we doubt our ability to get it done. We doubt, maybe because of things that we've been told in the past, things that persons may have said about us and so forth, can make us feel like, you know what, I cannot do this. I cannot really move forward into my, you know, dreams, that there's way too big for me. And we say things like that. That is way too big a dream. That's for other people. That's for persons who are more successful. But everybody started somewhere.
Somewhere. True.
So therefore procrastination is one of those things that is a thief of time, but it's also a thief of purpose. And it can be destructive to your progress. You know, I've seen persons have amazing ideas and things that they want to do. And they literally, now there are reasons things can't get done, as I said, but they literally find excuses why they should not do it now. And the thing is that the excuses are so real to them that they don't realize that this is just an excuse. I can overcome this. I can move forward with this. This is my mind trying to shut me down. You know, this morning I was trying to work out. Working out on a Monday morning is one of the most difficult things to do.
Getting back into it, definitely.
Yes. And I was tempted. The thoughts of procrastination came into my head. Oh, do it later in the day, when I know I'm not going to do it later in the day. Or, just, probably have a cup of coffee first and so forth. But I know myself. I know as soon as I get up in the morning, if I don't work out, it's not going to happen again. It's not, that's it. And so I had to literally be coaching myself. Come on, Cherice, get up, do what you need to do. You know your goals. You know you want to be healthy. You know this, that, the other. Come on, you got to do it. Even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's just a few minutes, get into it. Because if I procrastinate, my goal is not going to be accomplished. And so that is one of the landmines. It literally can destroy what it is that you desire to get into in terms of success and so forth. The second one is the victim mindset.
Oh, yes.
The victim mindset. And that one is one that really takes a lot of people, holds a lot of people in bondage. And just for the benefit of everyone, when someone has a victim mindset, it is that they are they see themselves as a disadvantage to everyone. And so everything that happens for them is because, they are poor them. Things are never right for them. And this sort of mindset is very dangerous because you literally, I believe it leads to self-sabotage.
True.
It leads to self-sabotage simply because when it is that you choose to always be focusing on poor me, you literally create
the environment.
Yeah, because that there gives you the attention that you need to say poor.
Exactly. Right? Well, when I get clients in that space, I always said to them, but what you get out of it? Exactly. Because if you stay in that space, it means that there is something you find valuable, right? You get a benefit out of it. But between the benefit out of being a victim and the benefit of fulfilling your dream, what do you want?
Exactly. But it takes a lot for persons to get out of that mindset, simply because when you confront that mindset, it again feels like a victim. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my gosh, look, they're coming at me. Look, they're attacking me. This, that, the other. Instead of seeing as someone trying to help you, sometimes they are like, oh my goodness, and so it sometimes it takes a lot for that person to come to that place of recognizing that someone is trying to help you. But then there are some persons, even though they have the victim mindset, it's not necessarily because of wanting attention. Some persons don't even realize that they have the victim mindset. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that what happens is that when you're even more unaware of the victim mindset, you literally see yourself as powerless. You see yourself as powerless. So anytime you are trying to go after your goals and your dreams and going after success, the first thing that comes to someone, to their minds, is what they don't have, rather than looking at what they have. Yeah. So, oh, we don't have the resources. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I need to go, and I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do that, because they see through the lens of being powerless. Mm-hmm. And when they see through the lens of being powerless, it literally again paralyzes them, destroys what they want to do, because they stop simply because they don't think they have the power. They don't think that they have the ability within them to go after what it is that they want to go after in their lives. They don't see themselves as someone who can make things happen. They can't figure out strategies of overcoming, because the same disadvantages that they have, Isabelle, you would take those same disadvantages and say, okay, let me see what I can do to overcome them. What can I do to make things better, and so forth. And so therefore, it isn't that they're at a disadvantage to someone else. It is simply their perspective on life.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm trying to make my clients realize that we don't know everything. So there are people around we can go to, and they can help us. So
That's right.
if instead of staying in that victim mindset and just say, well, they know more and they've got more, so how can I get more? How can I know more? Being inspired, not being comparing themselves, and who can help me then?
Right. Right. Exactly. And as you're saying that, what comes to my mind is that it leads to a scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't have enough, so I'm gonna hold on. I'm scared, and it makes you operate in fear. It makes you, think you're powerless. So every time you're moving forward into doing something and you have a great idea, you shut it down immediately because I can't, because of this, that, the other. I can't because of this, that, the other. It may not work out because of this, that, the other. I don't think I'm smart enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think, and so, and the thing is that maybe a lot of persons don't say that out loud, but their
Mm-hmm.
words say
Yes.
it. Their words say it. And so it's important, to help persons to get out of that mindset, because I believe that the mind is so powerful.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the way you think, you will attract.
That's that's exactly the thing. So if it is that I keep seeing myself as a failure, if I keep seeing myself as powerless, if I keep seeing myself as useless, if I keep seeing myself as a victim,
Yeah.
then that's what is going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And so that is another landmine, because it's just can destroy someone's future, someone's dream, someone's goals. But the next one, the last one I want to talk about in terms of the landmines to growth. All right, we've had procrastination, we have had the victim mindset, and the last one is the imposter syndrome.
Oh, yes.
The imposter syndrome. And this one here is when you have all the talents and giftings and everything, and people recognize the talents and giftings within you. But you think that, you know what, one day they're going to find out that you're a fraud, that they're going to realize that you're not as good as you think, as they think you are. Now, one day they're going to identify you imposter, you, look at you. And I had that mindset for a long time, and I used to be nervous. Suppose one day they realize, that's how I used to feel, and persons used to be like, no, I mean, you're well qualified, you're doing the things that you need to do. You're excellent at what you do. So why do you see yourself as that? And it took a while of really rewiring my mind again to saying, hey, yes, see yourself as the expert, or see yourself as a person who is qualified. Stop thinking of yourself as not qualified or waiting to be qualified and thinking, oh my gosh, if people only know. And that's something with the imposter syndrome. And it really can, again, paralyze and destroy very strong, powerful people. Because this one here goes after very, very powerful people, persons who can make an impact, right? And this syndrome tells them, listen, you're not good enough. You
Mm-hmm.
are not good enough. You are a fraud. And again, it's all in your mind.
Yeah.
And there are
Oh,
lots.
mm-mm.
Oh,
What I wanted to say, sorry, is that sometimes we are our worst enemies.
yes. Yes, we are. We are. And so we keep pulling back ourselves. And I was reading online where a lot of these, a lot of powerful, and this one actually, research shows this one actually affects women the most.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of women think of themselves as less than, oh, I hope they don't realize that I'm not as good as they say that I am, and so forth. And they were showing some top actresses that see themselves with the imposter syndrome, thinking one day they're going to find out, hey, that they gave the wrong person this thing. But they won an award. Yeah, oh my gosh, if they only know that I suck, and those sorts of things. And it is important for us to realize that, hey, um, we are good. We
Mm-hmm.
are all growing. And the hard work that we're putting in is recognized. And we need to understand that, listen, we don't need to see ourselves as an imposter, but rewire our brain to see ourselves giving our best. And that is what is showing up, that we are genuinely giving our best. All right. In whatever that we're doing, we are genuinely working hard. And this is the rewards of working hard. Right. And just the mere fact that we're working hard and being diligent and giving our best already makes us exceptional in a world that is filled with mediocrity.
Exactly. And we can't be expected to do more than our best.
That's right.
And when sometimes we make mistake, and it's human, and I've been told several times, people don't make mistake, don't do anything, right? So it's just like as well accepting that we are human and we can make mistake and ask for help, right? So we do our best, and if it's not good enough, just maybe ask and just say, what do you expect from me? So at least I know. But sometimes as well, and I've heard that several times about the imposter syndrome, is fake it until you make it or until you become it, right? So you want to be confident, walk in a way that you are confident, feel it. And then eventually it will become second nature.
Right. Yes, there is the thing about fake it till you make it. I like to say faith it till you make it. In that you are knowing what you're going after, you know what it is that you want to become, you know where you want to go, and in faith, you're taking steps. In faith, you're moving forward. Your confidence is that, listen, I am going to get there. Your confidence is that, listen, I am someone who is working my best, doing my best, doing all that I need to do at this moment. And so I'm the best as I am now, and I'm growing, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting more confident, and I have the ability within me. And that makes me confident because I have that ability within me to achieve my goals. I have the gifting already. So I may not be where I want to be, but what I'm doing is taking steps to make sure I get there. So my confidence is that I'm going to get there. I'm working on it. I'm not going to put myself down and say, oh, you're not there, this, that, the other. No, but what I'm going to say is that, where I am now, I'm the best of who I am right now. And I'm moving forward. I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. I'm learning. And as long as I continue learning, I'm going to get there. I'm doing what I can. I'm impacting lives or doing my business or whatever it is that your goal is. I'm doing my best with what I have right now, and I'm going to grow. I'm going to get better. But what I'm not, go ahead.
And I like what you said, I'm not there. And I always say to my clients, yet.
That's right.
So, but at least there is a goal. There are some steps from where they are now and when they want to be. But yes, they can do it.
Yes, that's right. And that is what sets someone apart from anybody else. That they, instead of seeing the giant in front of them as something intimidating and seeing the giant as persons look at their giants and see it as something against them. So immediately they see the giant and think, oh my gosh, I'm too small, I'm too this, I'm too that. And we start to describe ourselves versus looking at the giant. How can I defeat this giant? I have it within me to overcome this giant. What can I do? What strategy? We start to focus on ourselves and our weakness rather than the giant and what strategy to overcome. Right? And the story in the Bible of David and Goliath, that's what set David against the rest. He was the tiniest person against the whole army of Israel. He was the tiniest person. The armor was too heavy for him. He had to take it off and just, hey, I have a slingshot and a stone, and he defeats the giant because he looked at the giant rather than focusing on his inability, insecurities, and so forth. And so it's important for us when we see the mountains in front of us. It may not be a physical, big, huge giant like a person, but it could be that it is a challenge that we are facing. It could be that, there's some opposition that we're going through. It could be that in terms of our goals, it seems way too expensive. It may seem, but instead of focusing on ourselves and putting ourselves down and saying that we can't do it or we are not good enough and really self-abusing us,
Yeah.
abusing ourselves, rather focus on the giant. How can I defeat this giant? I have skills and abilities. What skills and abilities do I have? What strategies can I use to defeat this giant in front of me? And once we focus on that, focus on the giant, and rather than putting down ourselves, then we will see little steps and we'll see ways we can, or sometimes we can be like David and defeat the giant in one huge blow, one little blow that knocks down the giant, but it takes strategy. And that's what we need to focus on, the strategy.
Yeah, and being constant as well. Just like doing it slowly but surely, and yeah, be consistent. So yeah, wow. So procrastination, victim mindset, imposter syndrome are the main landmines to growth.
That's right.
So that's what's going to stop you to grow as a person and to get some new skills and believing in yourself, so you can grow.
Right. That's right. That's right. They're gonna kill your dreams if you allow these things to, if you step in these things. They're gonna kill your dreams, they're gonna kill your goals, they're gonna take you off the path of your future. They can paralyze you, because sometimes the landmine may not kill you, but they may paralyze you. Yeah, dismember you in some way. They're destructive, in other words, and we have to be careful of how you deal with them. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, Cherice, thank you very much for those tips, and I'm sure our audience will have had aha moments as well, thinking, oh yes, procrastination, maybe I'm in that space, maybe I should do it in another way. And so tell us about your program, Woman Arise.
Woman Arise. Okay, so Woman Arise is a program that actually was birthed with another person who is my fitness coach. She's like, listen, Cherice, you have the skills and ability to mentor people and so forth. And it will be good for, for us to do something to really empower the woman in my program and so forth. So it started off as that. And so we would do some little pajama parties and so forth, online pajama parties, just to encourage women and so forth, to help them and so forth. However, so we started this in January. And so what we do in this program, and it's something that we're opening up to all women, wherever you are in the world, this program, it helps with to build women in terms of getting the right mindset. So we do affirmations. We do more mentorship, where we discuss the different issues that can affect women, women in the Caribbean, women all over. Those issues that can affect women and really have them paralyzed, really have them stuck. How are you able to deal with, for example, victim mindset? How are you able to deal with procrastination? How are you able to achieve success? And so with the affirmations, we're able to help you to speak over your life the positive words, because what we've realized is that a lot of women are dealing with issues from their past. How situations that would have happened from childhood, situations that would have happened in relationships that made them make negative or not right decisions. And as a result of that, they don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel empowered in any way. They don't feel that there's any power within them to do anything. And so with Woman Arise, it's, as the name says, it says to help women rise up into their purpose, help women to rise up into believing in themselves again, going after their dreams, and by working on the mind. by working on the mind. And so we right now we're in the middle of putting together a vision party on Wednesday to help to put together goals. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and anybody is welcome to be a part of it. So we're going to start, whether it's physical or virtual. It's going to be a virtual vision party, but with it, you can either do it on, say, for example, one of those programs like Canva, or you can get if you want to go, some people like to feel things. So you can get your paper, we call it Bristol board, and you can get your magazine and, your markers and so forth, and you can set it out. And if you have kids, no problem.
Involve them, yes.
Yeah, let them be a part of the whole process of helping you towards your vision, so they feel a part of it as well. And so we're going to have this on Wednesday just to encourage women and to help them to understand, yeah, you have dreams, you have goals. So each person, it's only one goal we're going to set, one goal, and help them to go after these goals and, really get to where. So we could have left it for the end of the year, but that also goes with a mindset of, by January, I'm going to be done with it. So what we're going to, boring.
You can do it anytime anyway, so it's just to say, okay, today I want to work on my goals, and I'm going to do it like a type of vision board, and which is nice because it's obviously visual, and I know it works for me, for example, and you don't have to do it in January. Do it whenever you feel like it.
Anytime, yeah. So I found, now and then we're going to strategize in terms of how it's going to happen, and, help them, together as a group, being able to say, okay, we're supporting each other, we're helping each other go towards that one particular goal, just one goal we want to go after to get to where we want to be. And, when you go after one and you achieve success, you feel like, yeah, I'm a rock star.
Definitely. And then the second one will be just easier in a way.
That's right. Yeah, because you feel accomplished, you feel like, yeah, and it builds your self-esteem, it builds your confidence and so forth. So it is something that we're looking at. And, I'm also launching out in my coaching program, an 8-week coaching program. So this one here is one-on-one. The Woman Arise is group mentorship, but this is one-on-one coaching that I'll be doing. I'm putting a program out now. I'm now putting it together and launching it out there to help persons who may be going after their personal or professional goals. We meet for 8 weeks of just coaching, one-on-one coaching, to help you to really achieve what it is that you need to do. And one of the things that we're using and incorporating now is positive intelligence and so forth, to help to really build us up into who we need to be, so that, the right motivation is there for us to go after our goals. So it's an awesome time, an exciting time for me.
Oh yes, I can tell that passion. I can share that as well. My passion is to help women too. So I wish you all the best with the program, and as well with the one-to-one coaching. So audience, if you want to contact Cherice, you've got a website on the screen, but otherwise our direct email address in the description. So Cherice, thank you very much for your presentation and giving us some tips on landmines to growth. You are always welcome, so come back anytime. Don't wait so long, because it's been nearly a year. So come back anytime, and you know that that's a safe platform, and you can come back with a new program or a new topic. I would love to have you back on Isabelle's talk show. So thank you again. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you for having me.
So next week, my guest will be Nadine Lemieux, and you know that last time she came on, and that was before a trip to the desert. So now she's going to talk to us about crossing the desert to let go, and she's going to talk to us about her experiences in the desert and how she managed to let go a few things. So thank you very much. And of course, if you've missed the previous talk shows, don't worry, just go on YouTube, look for Phoenix Coaching and Training, and you've got all the videos of the previous talk shows, so you won't miss anything. But I will ask you, if you want to, but I mean, so at least you won't miss any, is to subscribe and click on the bell, so you will get the notification as soon as I've uploaded a new one. So thank you ever so much. So see you next week to know about the desert and how to let go. So thank you very much again, Cherice, and have a nice afternoon. Nice afternoon as well, everybody. Nice evening, and have a good day, and see you next week. So bye.